Happy Friday! Hope you all have had a good week. Wanted to go live today with my 5 on Friday, and hopefully something I say will be an encouragement to you. So anyways, it is a very hot, clear day. Beautiful blue sky. The garden is popping. So still popping. It's popping more. And it's been pretty dry all week. We've had a few rainstorms, but nothing like major. As you can see, the garden is looking a little dry, but it is definitely flourishing. Still waiting for the zinnias to pop from the seeds. I did get my first cosmo this week. See that guy? And I got my first hibiscus, which was amazing. Be careful. Just let the bees and wasps over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm trying to get past the wasps and the bees here. There's like a big bee down there. See that guy right there? Amazing, huh? Got 3 of them. And they only last for like a day. And this bush here is still being eaten by those stupid beetles, and I have a trap hopefully coming today to hopefully get rid of them. And I got this guy that's opening. Looks like we've got another yellow one, so that's nice. And then over here we've got the daisies are doing good. And then, I still don't know the name of it, but anyways, it's looking good. Usually by the end of July is when I can start cutting things and making the vases for Project Joy. So we're coming along. The weeds are starting to take over again. We need to do another cleanup. So hopefully we can do that soon. But anyways, let me know how the weather is where you guys are and how your garden is growing. I would love to know. So anyways, we had a busy weekend last weekend. We ended up going to the Cherry Creek Arts Festival on Saturday night, and there was actually a big rainstorm down there then. So that was interesting, but it passed and got to see the art. And then Amelia went to a fireworks show at some friends' houses. I was with the dogs, and I have to say, purporting back to those treats that I got, I think they did help some. Zoe kind of acted kind of stoned for a while, but she was still fighting it and was literally shaking, and her tongue was curled, so it was not good. It still wasn't good. It still sounded like a war zone here, which was terrible. But I guess the good news is we didn't really have too many on Friday night or Sunday, so that's good at least, but it definitely messed them both up, and they've been very anxious and nervous since. So anyways, at least we're past that. Hopefully they're out now. And then we went to the Pearl Street Farmers Market on Sunday. So we had a very busy weekend. And then this weekend actually is the French Festival down in Cherry Creek. So hopefully we'll get to that. It's going to be super hot, so we'll probably have to wait till the evening. But anyways, we woke up with very bad news and actually kind of good news, and then more complicated things. So the bad news is our favorite ice cream store, Sweet Izzy, is going out of business. So that was super sad. We knew something was up, but we didn't know it was going to be that bad. Anyways, they're closing immediately, within the next couple days, and they're trying to, as soon as they run out of ice cream. So we have to get there as soon as we can, and now we're going to be back on trying to find good vegan ice cream in this town. So that's super sad. But the good news is that the Secret Garden is reopening. That's another one of my happy places that was closed. And that's going to reopen on the 28th. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's the good news. And then on top of that, I found out that my mother's bank account was locked, the one that I was on with her. And I've been on the phone with the bank all morning. I went to try to pay another burial expense and found out that it was locked. And so that's a big mess now, which didn't need to happen. And it's just crazy because I guess it turns out that, I thought I had done all the right things, but I guess once she died, the power of attorney was no good anymore. And because my name wasn't on the account as an owner with her, Now I've got to go through a whole bunch of other hoops to try to get the rest of the money out. I mean, there's not a lot there, but I still need it for more burial expenses. And now I have to go to the bank on Monday, and I have to bring death certificates, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I thought I had this all taken care of, and I didn't. So just so you all know, power of attorneys will know you no good once the person dies, so make sure that you are on accounts as owners with your person, or you're gonna have to go through a bunch of hoops to get to the money that's left. I mean, it's just one more thing that just doesn't need to be complicated, especially when you're grieving the loss of someone. And it just brings up all kinds of more grief, because now I have to revisit all that complicated stuff that happened with my sister and my mother and me, and bringing up her death certificate again. And it's just not good. I mean, that just sent me over this morning. So anyways, I'm trying to pull it back together and move forward, and just put it away for the weekend. And like I said, I'm just trying to get through, but just one more thing you have to deal with, and grief is hard enough as it is. Anyways, and the lawyer is waiting for more documents. I called APS, tried to get to the APS lady this week. She said I have to call a number to try to get those documents, and it's just, horrible. I don't want to have to do any of this stuff anymore. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know if anybody saw, but there was an article in the Denver Post this week about how bad the care is in skilled nursing facilities. But, part in the article, they said that the state was trying to help make them better, and that is such a lie. I mean, I don't understand why, of all the places I tried, I tried every news outlet to get a story told about the real situation going on, and not one person would do the interview with me, but instead they put an article out like that. So anyways, very annoyed and upset. It's just very upsetting. So, it's a matter of, do I just give up, or do I keep trying to fight for justice? I don't know. So anyways, and then number 3, I don't know if you guys saw this or not this week, but I put a reel out on Monday for Mondays with Mom. We ended up going to the mall, the Cherry Creek Mall, which was a place that she loved going. We all loved going there. I've talked about this before, that my mother loved to shop. I mean, that was her happy thing. And we were in that mall all the time until, things changed, and she hadn't been in the mall, since she was diagnosed. But anyways, found out that it's dog friendly, which is amazing. And it's been so hot here, it was great to go in there with the dogs and be able to walk and get steps in. I mean, it still was, not my happy place anymore. It's way too overwhelming, and there's too many lights and stuff, and I don't know, very overstimulating. But anyways, at least it was good to go in there and be able to walk through there in the coolness and get the steps in and stuff. And it was reminiscence. I was reminiscing about all the places I used to go that are no longer there. And now there's a lot of high-end shops there that I just don't even know how they stay in business with this economy, but obviously they do. So anyways, but it was a good way to, it was good and bad, it was good to think of all the good times in the past, but at the same time, it's like, she should be able to be going to that mall right now. I mean, she could have still been alive at 81 and thriving, because I know people that are. So anyways, I'm going to go back to the scrapbook next week. So, and then number 4, Etsy, I do have some orders to do, so that's good. They're not great orders, but I'm grateful for anything at this point, because still no other job has come my way that, it's promising, looks good, or something I would want. But I did go ahead and order the Dazzle Dry, just, try that out to see if it would be worth doing nails again. And then tonight I did do Senior Planet this week. I did Peacefully Easy Feeling. Tonight is Christmas in July at Lisa Ukulele Fools Open Mic Night, so I guess I'll be going to that. And I don't really even know what I'm going to play, because I don't really want to think about Christmas in July. But anyways, if you have any recommendations, let me know. And then I just want to end with prayer. I know a lot of people who are in need right now. So many people I know that have cancer right now, and it's not good. So anyways, just keep my friends Josh, Julie, Bobby, Rivka, Rada, Rabbi Katie and her husband, of course, and then my friend Roberta is actively dying right now from pancreatic cancer. So please pray for a peaceful and quick transition And then my also friends Elizabeth and Nissa from B'nai Harvara, and they both are having reoccurrences of cancer right now. We made meals for both of them. Amelia did, and took them to them, and so pray that they can get through this. And then I just wanted to end with another prayer from Maria Shriver, the Sunday paper. Dear God, when life feels noisy and overwhelming, lead us back to what matters most and give us the peace to walk in it each day. Amen. That was much needed today. Anyways, I hope something I said was an encouragement to you. If you're in need of prayer, please let me know. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. And Shabbat Shalom.